Hello, today I'm going out with some friends. We're having dinner. I don't know what we're gonna do after, but I need to do my makeup. I decided to film it. I'm also gonna do my hair. I'm gonna straighten it and just fast forward time lapse through it. Let's go. Okay, first I need to put my hair up because otherwise it's just gonna get in the way and it's just gonna be very, very difficult for me. Just give me a second. Okay, you know what? This will do. So I've already went on and applied my SPF. I use this one, the Aven. You can see it's very, very dirty. I've almost used this up. It's SPF 50 UVA, UVB, fragrance-free, mineral. I can't use chemical sunscreens, and it's water resistant. I think that's like the qualifications that you need for your SPF. Let me know if you want more on that. But I also went ahead and put some lip balm on my lips, and my Sol de Janeiro lip balm, and this NYX Power Puff Lippy. It's in the shade Puppy Love, and it's just like a base layer for my lips. Then one of the first things that I apply is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is in Eden. I also have the other one, but this is way more sheer, and this just like gives a nice coverage to my eyelids. And just put a little bit and then pat it out. Then for my under eyes, I always use this Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. It's supposed to be for your eyelids, but I use this for my under eyes. Can you see how little I use? You don't need a lot with this, just a little. Warm it up between your fingers. And I'm gonna put it just like as a base for my under eyes. I have really dark under eyes, and I also wanna put a little bit here, just like a little bit. I have darkness around here as well. So just here and here, and just blend it out. This is gonna be the first thing that I put on my under eyes because I need it to hold whatever I put on top. Then I'm gonna use this Fenty Beauty cream blush. It's in Crush on Cupid. I use it with my fingers, and I just apply it on the high points of my cheekbones and on the nose. I feel like I usually, when the sun hits, I get sunburned like right here anyway. So I feel like when I put blush on that spot, it just blends in quite seamlessly. And it might not look like that right now, but in the end, it will. I'll sometimes use the Beauty Blender to just blend it out because my fingers can't really do that. I always started to bring a paper towel wipe per recommendation of Alexandra Anella. She gives out so many nice tips, and I feel like she's such a pro. I use this e.l.f. cream contour palette. Okay, whatever, I'm gonna show it to you. It's disgusting, but I just pick up a brush. This is a Real Techniques brush, and I just dabble between these two shades, and then just pop them on the high points again, but like tuck the contour under your cheekbone. And then I use the Beauty Blender to just blend it out. I try to blend it out as much as I can into my hairline because I feel like that just gives it a seamless finish at the end, because I'm gonna also put bronzer on top. So first you put your contour, your cream contour, your cream blush, everything cream, because it kind of like meshes with your face. And then on top, when you put the powder, it acts as just like a setting powder. Okay, after this is blended out, I'm gonna take my Physicians Formula bronzer, a big fluffy brush, swirl it in there, and I always tap it off. Always, like on your hand or whatever, and just right here. I also do kind of a like contour on my jawline. I don't think like I need it that much, so just tap it off, do a little bit on the sides of your temple, a little bit on the nose, the chin. I also like, when it's summertime, I also like to go over my entire, like this area where my rosacea hits. Okay, next I'm gonna take my NARS blush. It's already used. I'm gonna take the same brush that I used for the bronzer. I'm gonna swirl it in, tap it off again, and just hit the very, very high points. And I often do the chin as well, like a lot on the chin, a lot. Because I feel like this kind of like binds it all together. Now that my Anastasia primer is dry, the one on the under eyes, I'm gonna take this Revolution Conceal and Correct in Peach. So this is an under eye corrector and I use it very sparingly because I want everything to hold as many hours as possible. So I don't want to put too much product on my face, and then just blend it out. I was always very opposed to using my fingers, but now I use them always when I do my makeup because they blend everything so nicely. Okay, next up we're going to do the brows. I use this Precisely My Brow Pencil in number 4. Brush them up to begin with, and then use the pencil as like a base. This is my initial filling in, you know, just like getting them even and everything. This is, I feel, when I usually do my makeup, I use this mirror that's like zooming you in, and when I do my brows, it's really easy because I just really get in there, you know. And now it's just like I don't see as much. And now I can use a regular mirror to do my makeup. No, I'm joking again. Okay, next up, this 24-hour brow setter. This is the mini size because, I don't know, I like tiny things. And when I travel, I like things to be very practical and compact so I can bring as much as possible. And then this brow, so like this brow kind of wants to go like that way and that brow wants to go straight. So I kind of tried to make this one go straight as well to match the other one. And until recently, I was doing my brows like up, just like my entire brow. But now I'm kind of leaning more to doing it, you know, on the side, just like flick it. Okay. The key is to not dwell on the eyebrows too much because they're never going to be perfect no matter what you do. Okay, next up, I'm going back to my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Tap off the brush. And I'm going to do a little bit of nose contour. I don't know if you can even call that nose contour because it's just a little bit of bronzer on the bridge of the nose and a little bit under. And I also use this under my lip. And I'm gonna use the same, like you need that type of brush, like an angled brush, and just get in there. I think it's very editorial when your eyeshadow goes all the way to the brow and like the nose and everything. So just start there. And then because this brush has a nice shape, I'm gonna flick it. So start creating like a nice wing. And I'm not even gonna do anything else at this point because I just need like something to shape out the form. And this is enough for now. Then I'll take, this is a Morphe blending brush. It doesn't have any number on it or anything, it just says Morphe. And tap it off again and just go in on the whole lid. Just cover the whole lid, and I use, this is the bronzer again, this is the Physicians Formula bronzer. And again, this is just a base. This is a nice base that you can start off with, and you don't have to worry about it too much because you can mess it up. And again, with the Physicians Formula bronzer, but this time with like an Eco Tools brush that's like a little bit more dome shaped and small, I'll go under the eyes and start creating that line. And then just flick it out again, connect it to that upper line. I'll go over with some more. And enough, let's just not. You can easily go hard on this and it can look really, really bad. So let's not do that. Okay, so next up, I decided to take this Huda Beauty nude palette and I'm gonna take this color, Teddy. It's kind of like a brownish, and I'm gonna tap it off and I'm gonna put it right in the crease, just a little bit. Do it on the other one as well, and just blend it out. Next, I'm gonna take this palette, the Naked Heat by Urban Decay, and I think that this color here, Lumbre, looks a lot like the blush, so I'm gonna, on the same brush, tap it again, and just define that smoke a little bit more. Then I'm gonna take my finger in the same shade, and I'm gonna put it all over the lid, because it's the same exact color as the blush, I think. Okay, let's do the other eye. I'm gonna take one of these Morphe brushes and I'm gonna go into the exact same color, but like a smaller brush. Just really get in there because I can't reach with my finger. So I really think one of the best ways is to apply eyeshadows with your finger, because it's just, look at that payoff, look at that. And then with the small brush, you can just go in later and fill in the details. But look at how beautifully this shadow ties with the blush, with the NARS blush. Next up, I'm gonna take another Morphe brush, but this one is, I think it's meant to be for your eyeliner, and that's exactly what I'm gonna use it for. So in the Naked Heat palette again, I will go into these two matte browns, En Fuego and Ashes, and just mix between the two on that flat brush, and then go in and try to draw an eyeliner. Okay, now we'll get into the risky business. I am gonna try and draw like a wing, but like connect it to my crease here and drag it out and connect it to that wing. I don't think it's gonna work, but let's try. I tried this last night, but I did like a way bigger wing, and today I want to do like a smaller one because I think I can. And don't worry if in the beginning it looks too bad, because I think it's gonna look bad regardless. And I have this car here, which really gets in the way, and it's really annoying, but we're gonna just have to deal with that. Let's try the other one. Just, I'll see where naturally my crease goes, and then I'll try to just, oh, I messed it up. I'll try like that, and like that. I think this is gonna be a disaster, but whatever. Okay, I think, you know, it's really bad, but whatever, we'll make it work, because I already started, and this is what happens when you don't plan and you don't practice the actual look, because what I did last night was my first time ever trying to do something like that. I'm usually not used to those like funky eyeliners. I do love them. They look really, really, really cute. And my intention was to go smaller. I don't know why I did such a big wing, and I might just, you know, just start over my entire eye, because I'm not sure if I like it. What do we think? I really have no idea if I should even keep going or if I should even upload this because you know what, whatever, let's do it, let's finish. I think one way to fix this is if I did like an actual wing and then maybe this is just like an extension. I am gonna try using my KVD tattoo liner in brown because my eyeliner for some reason is brown today. And we'll try to just create a little wing. Maybe not the whole thing. And you know what? I feel like sometimes the browns are too brown. I think sometimes I need something even lighter than brown when it comes to eyeliner. I wish they did something like that. Should I leave it? I think it looked better before, didn't it? I think it did. Pretty sure it did. Okay, I fixed it up a little and I don't know if it's gonna get any better at all. So I'm just gonna move on. I'm just gonna move on and hope for the best. And when I see this footage later, I'm gonna be like, this is the worst makeup you've ever done in your life. So yeah. Right, next up, I'm gonna go back to that Huda Beauty palette and I really like this here. Oh no, that's the wrong brush. This color here, Crave, I really love this. You can see I've used it. I use it for my inner corner. I'll just pop it right there and right there just to get some glimmer going. Because I feel like this is a rather matte-ish or a metallic kind of look. Again, going back to that Naked palette, and I'm gonna do my lower lash line because you can't just leave it like that. And then blend it up. Next up, I'm using this Marc Jacobs highlighter, and once it's later in the evening, I might just amp it up with the Charlotte Tilbury Spotlight. Again, using my finger. And I'm also gonna put a little bit on the top of the lip. I'm taking just a brush that I don't use as much and putting a little bit right here. I don't know what the logic behind this is, but I think it makes my nose look better for some reason. I don't know if that's actually true. And I'm just doing the same for my brow bone. Next up, I'm using the Maybelline concealer and have the fluffy part off because it's disgusting. And I also have this little guy here that I want to cover up, but not too much. I'm gonna let this concealer set for a second and I'm gonna just amp up the contour since it's like a going out thing. I'm just gonna put a little bit more like right here and right here, but just like the tiniest bit. This is the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Mocha. And again, with the Beauty Blender, just blend it into the rest of the contour. And I'll take that same brush with no extra product and just, you know, go in. Make sure that everything is blended. I don't want any harsh lines or nothing like that. And this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil, sometimes I use for like the top of my lip. Just amp it up a little more and prepare it for the lipstick. I'm using this NYX lip pencil in Peekaboo Neutral. It looks a lot like the Charlotte Tilbury one. I'm still going to take a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. And then to create some definition, I'm going to use the NYX Nude Beige. And I'm just going to put this on the outside. And just blend everything in. And I'm also going to put just a little bit of my MAC Kinda Sexy in the center. And then once I'm done with the rest of the makeup, I'm going to put gloss on top. Next, I'm going to do eyelashes. I'm going to use this Maybelline Total Temptation that's been everywhere with me, and this Dior Lash Curler. And because I did this specific type of eyeliner, I'm going to try to make my eyelashes face kind of outward. Right, time to blend in that concealer. I think it's set by now. Just clean up that eyeshadow and whatever may have fallen. And because my under eyes are so bad, I'm gonna also go in with, I got this Shape Tape recently. It's the mini one. I've never used this before. I've only used it like a couple of times. I think I like it. I put a little bit of this in the center here because that's a lot of where my darkness is, and just a little bit to clean that up. Just the tiniest bit. I'm happy with it. This is the ultra creamy one. I wish I got the OJ one because I've never used that one either. So, but we'll see. And while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm just gonna use a puffy thing, and I'm gonna go in with my NYX Wonder Precise pencil. And I'm gonna try and just flick it out a little. I'm gonna spray a little bit of this Anastasia Dewy Set. I am trying to use this up so I can actually put some of the MAC Fix Plus in this tiny bottle. Now I'm gonna use this Pixie Lower Lash Mascara in black, and I'm gonna coat my lower lashes. Last thing I need is just some setting powder, and I use the Cover FX one. I've been loving it lately. I've come back to it. I used to use it before, but then my skin got very, very dry, and then I stopped using it for a while, but now it's very oily again because it's summer. So I'm back at it, and I'll just use it in my oily places, a little bit on the chin. I try not to put too much. Now I'm gonna do my hair. I'm just gonna straighten it, and first let's take that ponytail out. I look like a crazy person. Then I will take my top section and just separate it from the rest of my hair. All right, let's talk a little bit makeup, and then I'm gonna fast forward actually because I didn't get to explain a lot of the things that I wanted to. So when I do cream contour and cream blush, I try to go up because I feel that as I age, my face naturally wants to like droop down. So I try to go up with everything. So like that goes for eyeshadow as well. It goes for contour, blush, eyeshadow. You just kind of like, for example, this shadow, you want it to go up. You want to like take your brush and you want to just make sure everything goes up, up, up. And then that's also when the cream contour, when I blend it up because I first of all want to blend it with the blush, and then I want to just make sure that my cheekbones are popping. The other thing is that I really try to give my skin hydration. So once I put moisturizer on in the beginning of the day, I wait a little bit before I put my SPF, and then when I apply my SPF, I feel because it's mineral, I feel like that just kind of, you know, gives me that oil throughout the day. So by the time I start doing my makeup in the evening, let's say, it's gonna, just the SPF is gonna be so dewy on my skin. You never want your face to be like super dry when you put your makeup on, because I think makeup looks really pretty when it looks like your skin. It just looks like it's not too much. And like, even for example, like right now I'm probably gonna be going out and I still can't force myself to do such a heavy makeup, like the heaviest makeup. I feel like I can't do that anymore to my skin, to be completely honest. Okay, and because I feel like my eye makeup is really heavy, I don't know if it is, we'll see. I'm gonna use this Dior Cherry Oil, and because I feel like it's just gonna, you know, make everything a bit lighter. Okay, what do we think? Let's look at this up close and personal. Is this a total disaster? I feel like it is. I'm gonna put some setting powder, the same Cover FX setting powder on my under eyes just to brighten them up a little bit. I'm not gonna get dressed now because we still got a couple of hours left till we actually go out. I got ready early for a change, so yeah. And the lighting throughout the entire video is just horrendous. I think I should just do a little bit more. I don't want to bake. This turned into a mini baking session. But yeah, I just want to brighten things up. Also want to touch the wing up a little bit. Just like, feel like it's not strong enough, or is it? Okay, I'm not gonna touch this anymore because it's just gonna get worse. Okay, I'm not gonna touch this anymore, I promise. Let me know if this is a total failure. This is the final makeup look. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Bye.